It was just another Saturday. I woke up like I always do. Nothing had changed. Same sleep, same food, same lifestyle, but something felt off. A kind of heaviness, a kind of what the hell is going on. Feeling like, who am I? Where is this place? Why should I even get up? Why should I keep going? Why this stupid wall have to be white? You know that feeling, right? When there's no clear reason, nothing around you has changed, but everything inside you is questioning. Big questions, small ones, all served with a healthy dose of confusion. That's what we're thinking about today. This is Nipa Podcast and you're listening to Nipa Podcast, episode 10, Confusion. Go! Inner confusion isn't just about not knowing what to do. It's about not knowing why you should do anything at all. Everything is still there. Your job, your goals, your daily life. But it all feels hollow. Like you're watching your life from the outside. Stuck in neutral. No motivation, no direction. Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist and author of Man's Searching for Meaning, talks about something called the existential vacuum. He says that modern humans aren't just fighting external problems. They're fighting a deep internal emptiness, a lack of meaning. And that emptiness is exactly where confusion comes from. When you don't know why you should get out of the bed in the morning, when your path feels random or meaningless, that's when confusion kicks in. Not because you're lazy, not because you're dumb, but because somewhere inside you've lost something. Something that used to guide you. And confusion, it's sneaky. It hides behind a busy life, behind 1,000 projects, deadlines, goals, checklists. But then, late at night, when you're alone, it shows up. That quiet voice whispering, I've come all this way. But for what? Let's say someone's been studying medicine for 5 years. Everyone thinks they're successful. They got into a good university, they're training at a hospital, everything looks great. But inside, they're falling apart. Every night, they ask themselves, why am I even doing this? I don't even like it. Nobody sees their confusion because everything looks fine from the outside. But inside, they're stuck in a dark, windowless room. Sometimes confusion gets mistaken for anxiety or even depression, but it's not the same. It's a state of mind where you feel both hope and fear. You want to move forward, but you don't know how. You see the future, but you're frozen. It's that moment when, instead of living your life, you start questioning it. And maybe the most important question we can ask is this. Is confusion a personal flaw, or is it just a part of being human? Maybe confusion isn't a bug. Maybe it's a phase. A foggy stop between who you were and who you're becoming. And if we don't run from it, it might be the very thing that helps us level up. Let's go deeper. Where does confusion really come from? There are many theories, but let's keep it real. Confusion often starts when your inner world and your outer world are out of sync. Like what you truly care about doesn't match what your life looks like. You probably felt it when what you're doing every day doesn't match who you are inside, when your dreams don't fit your reality, when your body is basically on autopilot, but your soul is screaming for something else. And here's the weirdest part. You can feel confused even when things are going very well. You might have a stable job, a good partner, a normal life, but somewhere inside you feel lost because none of it reflects your real values. Dr. Nicole Lepera, also known as the holistic psychologist, talks about how much of our confusion comes from a disconnection from the self. We've spent so many years trying to please others, trying to meet expectations, trying to be good enough. And somewhere in that process, we abandon ourselves. We stop asking, what do I want? What do I believe in? What makes me feel alive? And when you forget those answers, you end up stuck, frozen between all the things you should do and all the things you've never explored. Here's an example. Imagine a young woman who's always been the good girl, top grades, obeys her parents, does everything right. She gets into law school. She dates the guy her family likes. She gets a job at a firm that pays well. And one morning, while brushing her teeth, she looks in the mirror and thinks, who even am I? That's not drama. That's not being ungrateful. That's confusion, rooted in living someone else's version of your life. And this kind of confusion, it's deep because the outside world praises you. They say, you made it, but inside you feel nothing, just a big question mark. Let's even take it further. Sometimes confusion doesn't come from lack of options. It comes from too many options. We live in a world where everything is possible. You can change jobs, countries, partners, lifestyles. You can watch 10 different people online telling you 10 different ways to happiness. You can become anything. And that's exactly where it gets messy. Because when every door is open, you don't know which one is yours. You start asking, am I wasting my potential? What if I choose wrong? What if I regret it in 5 years? So instead of moving, you freeze. You scroll. You compare, you wait for a sign or for someone to tell you what to do, but no one knows because this is your life and only you can choose. There is also this other layer. Sometimes we think we're confused, but actually we know what we want. We're just scared of the consequences. You know you want to quit. You know you want to leave. You know you're not in love anymore. You know this city, this job, this version of you is not it. But saying it out loud, making that move, that's hard because it means letting go of people's expectations. It means disappointing others. It means stepping into the unknown. So you tell yourself, I'm just confused. But deep down, you're not. You're just afraid to be honest with yourself. The truth is, confusion is not always a bad thing. It's a signal. It's your soul saying, hey, something doesn't feel right. Can we talk? And if you stop running from it, if you slow down and listen, you might realize you were never lost. You were just becoming. Let's not overcomplicate it. Getting out of confusion doesn't mean having all the answers. It just means taking one honest step. Here's the first one. Stop asking the wrong questions. When we're confused, we often ask things like, what's the perfect job for me? What if I mess up? Will this make me happy forever? These are paralyzing questions. They lead to overthinking, not clarity. Instead, try this. What do I feel pulled toward right now? What's one step I can take that feels honest? Not perfect. What can I try without committing forever? Life isn't a test with one right answer. It's an experiment. You try something, you learn, you adjust. Second step would be limit the noise. You can't find clarity in the middle of 100 voices. So unplug. Turn off the podcasts, the self-help gurus, the TikTok advice. For a day, for an hour, just enough to hear your own voice again. Because sometimes your gut already knows. It's just drowned out by everything else. Third step would be get into motion. Confusion loves stillness. It grows when you sit and wait for the perfect clarity. But when you move, when you take action, even a small one, things start to change. You apply for a job, you sign up for class, you end a conversation that needs ending. Suddenly, the fog lifts. You may not have the full picture yet, but the next step becomes visible. One more thing, confusion often comes from trying to live someone else's life, trying to want what others want, trying to be who you think you should be. But peace comes when you get quiet enough to ask yourself, what do I want, really? And then, slowly, with kindness, you follow that answer, even if no one claps, even if it's scary, even if it's small. That's how you come out of confusion, one brave choice at a time. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to this episode. Big shout out to Nipa Group for all the work they've done. And it would be such an honor if you follow us on social media. And also you can listen to all the episodes of Nipa Podcast on our website, nipa.academy, nipa.academy. Last but not least, take care of yourselves in these strange days. Till the next episode. Go!